Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Setting the Atmosphere, the podcast with Hippie Girl TK. I am the girl with the gifts, Hippie Girl TK. Thank you guys for watching another episode. If you are new here, welcome. Go back to the beginning and then watch up if you're new here. To see the transition, to see the shift, to see transformation. Some really good things on the channel. And if you are not new here, if you're part of the tribe, thank you so much for watching again. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your views, your reposts, however you engage with me through this podcast. I really appreciate you. We're gonna get into it just right away. That was my gratitude to the earth. But today is September 21st, and it is a new moon in Virgo. Also a solar eclipse as well. And we also had Venus in conjunction with the crescent moon a couple days ago. So there's a lot of things going on atmospherically. There has been so much going on energetically. There has been so much going on spiritually, chaotically. Like, it's just been very busy. I was under the impression that Virgo season was coming in with some class, and it's been very ratchet. It has been rigid. It has been just off the chain. Like, so much has been going on. So it's like we're also in between eclipses, you know what I'm saying? So we just had the full lunar eclipse, and now we have this solar eclipse. And if you don't know about eclipse, they are basically when like the sun and the moon, based on its rotation, is like passing each other, like on the same kind of like astral plane, if you will, or coordinates. They're like literally like passing each other. That's why in some parts of the world it got completely dark for 6 minutes. And I wish I could have seen that and experienced that. I bet the magic was so high, but the energy was so high. But anyways, you know, the cosmos have everything to do with what's going on down here in the earth realm. So with these things that are going on, for my spiritually inclined people and people that are just inquiring like what all this means when they see memes about, you know, just keep calm, we're in between eclipses, or what the crescent moon was looking like the other night with Venus, you know, being able to see Venus, the planet, so big, so bright, and like seeing all the pictures, like I was just like, whoa, everybody is paying attention, everybody's paying attention. So I really wanted to do this episode to explain what all of that's been looking like, and to also pull some cards to confirm some things that you may have been inquiring, and some things that you wanted clarity on, and different things of that nature. Now, speaking of Venus, my astrological sign is ruled by the planet Venus, and I'm a Taurus. So Venus is the planet of love. The goddess Aphrodite is connected to the planet Venus. Venus shows up in our life for like love, romantic partnership, dating, sex, sensuality, compatibility, kindness, warmth. That's the themes of the planet Venus. And when, funny story, I am a stargazer through and through, and I shouldn't have to explain that every time, but sometimes I do. But I was woken up by a high school ex about the moon outside, the crescent moon with the with what looked like a star, but it was the planet Venus. And at first I would have just been like, you know, but I was like, source was like, get your ass up, like you're missing it, because I've been really tired. So like when I get home from work, I'm just going straight to sleep. I knew what was going on atmospherically, but I didn't like try to force myself to stay up to see it in the night season. So I seen it like 6 o'clock in the morning, because I heard my Facebook messenger chime bing, and I'm like just rolling over checking in. It was like, hey, what this is? And I looked, and I'm like, Source said, get out the door. I get out the door, I catch it. I'm sleepy. There's like sleep in my eyes. It's still a little hazy. I was dreaming, so I was trying to remember my dream. And I just sat down outside of the door and I just looked up and I was just smiling and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Venus. Started getting downloads because he asked me what it was, so I want to be able to explain it to him too. And so I was letting him know what the planet Venus meant and how it affects us and what areas of life it affects us. And even the goddess Venus, go ahead and look her up too, because Venus is a goddess of love. That's what it is. And so the lover girl in me for the last couple of weeks, has been intense because I'm not in a relationship. I'm not even seriously dating anybody. I'm not seriously talking to anybody. So that's been coming up and I'm like, girl, be for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to be with somebody, or are you telling yourself that you're so busy and you're consumed in your journey and in your children that you don't have time for romance or taking somebody seriously? Because the nights are getting harder. The nights are getting like tough, where it's like, oh my gosh, because this planet is screaming at me, you need to look at the area of love. You need to look at your heart center, honey. That's what this anxiety is, these panic attacks that you've been having. You are recalling loss and grief and how you show love and people you love. And I'm talking about on planet Earth, and I'm talking about people in heaven, in the astral world, people in the spirit world, meaning they no longer here. What love look like. So I'm just really having a time, and I'm just like, what? I'm reflecting, I'm looking at self, I'm replaying things. This could be something that you have been doing as well, and I'm just like, am I really in this space? And is what I've been telling myself the actual truth, or is that what I've been telling myself because I don't want to deal with the shadows of that pain, that heartbreak, that loss, that grief, that compassion, the passion, the intensity, the connection, the soul tie, the energetic tie, the soul contract, what I'm used to, what it feels like, what it felt like. I got chills right now. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, I had to get awakened by that person in that moment to go out and be able to like sit. That was somebody from my past. I have never been with that person intimately, but that was somebody that I called a boyfriend at one time. So it was like memory recall, exes. The idea of the past when it comes to love was saying, hey, check this out. And not to mean that in the literal with that person, that situation, or anything like that. The person, sometimes I gotta take the person out of it and look at what is showing up. That's how you read energy. That's how you read discernment. That's how you read your voice. Like taking the actual person out of it and seeing what the cycle is, seeing what the symbolism is and what is knocking on your door. And for me, it was past lovers, past trauma, situationships, divorce, marriage, lying, betrayal, cheating, like just so many themes that were coming up. And I've been on both ends of those. So I was like, oh, not you been telling yourself, oh, I'm here. Not you been masking because you need to, this is revisiting for a reason. Because I've been caught manifesting love and calling in partnership. God is like, you got to deal with this first. And not even in the sense of y'all thinking I need to deal with it, but loving myself enough to just have that experience for what it was and seek no recompense for it, no reward, no trophy. What I'm trying to say is I got to remove the battle scars. I need to remove the gratification of saying I went through something so horrible that validation that comes with that. How you can relate to somebody because you have a similar story or a similar situation to be like, yeah, girl, high five, we got through that, but did you? Or are you just telling yourself that because that's what keeps you strong in the moment until it gets nighttime? Until you hear that song that reminds you of them, until you see their number, or you think you see them, or a car, and your heart drops, or it sinks, or you're in agony sometimes at night just because the void that they filled, it wasn't real, but it just was a placeholder. All of that, you know what I'm saying? So that Crescent Venus conjunction, a conjunction astronomically is when two merging of energies. So we had the Crescent Moon, we had Venus, which is also known as the evening or the morning star, based on its characteristics and how bright it shines. Planets are stars, stars are planets, however you want to see it, but specifically Venus. So it comes with a lot of passion, a lot of fire energy, of like hotness and intensity. You could have felt this Virgo season, or this week, or the past couple of weeks, very hot and bothered, like wanting to like be a part of something and someone, and be deeply embedded and deeply passionate about what the fuck you doing on so many levels. So that's why this month I came out with the date for my sensuality meditation. Sensuality is so sacred. It dates back to so many moons ago and so many civilizations. It represents the divine feminine. It represents the divine, because without sensuality we can't birth nothing. Without knowing our divine self, our inner self, without knowing us sexually and sensually from a pleasure-filled place of just joy and togetherness and unity. We know sex over the years has been demonized and weaponized from the beginning of time, especially when it comes from women. It's worse. You know, we don't get to do and act on sex the way that our male counterparts do or have the privilege to. We know it's because of patriarchy and misogyny that we can't exercise our sensuality. So someone like myself who practices sensuality, not that I have sex, that's not what I'm saying. I'm someone that practices my essence and my sensuality every single day. You could smell me through this video. You can feel my energy. I'm so captivating and alluring and inviting you into me because I practice my sensual self, because I need that energy, that source energy for me as a woman, as a mother, as a creature. You understand what I'm saying? As a spirit. We were robbed of being a sensual being, and I'm talking to my homegirls right now. You know what I'm saying? Based on how we were set up. We were set up to fear like who we are and what we have and how to use it and how to nurture and how to nature, how to just be. A lot of us don't have the ability to just be because it was taken away from you at a young age. Oh Lord, and don't grow up with no shade. You had to be doing something. Sensuality has been demonized and weaponized for women, especially black women too. The first thing that people describe me as when they see me or meet me is not, oh my God, you're beautiful or you're gorgeous. It's like, you are so sexy. Now, I don't have to practice that shit. I really don't. But it's just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really must carry that. So I'm like, I have to use that. That's one of my superpowers. is to captivate and use my sensuality, meaning I'm using my deep knowledge to self. How I'm intimate and delicate with myself. How I'm allowing myself mercy and grace and compassion, and not being too hard on myself, not overstressing, not overworking, not overextending myself, not always putting on my cape to go save the day. That shit was killing me. That shit was taking away from my sensual being and why I'm here on this earth. Being real aromatic and cozy with you, taking time for you unapologetically, not having to feel like you earn self-care or self-love. Some of us love people way more than we love ourselves, and we think that that's a flex. We think that that's a badge of honor. I love you more than I love myself. That's some weak ass shit, sis. You need to check yourself. I'm not ever encouraging no stuff like that for women, especially, but for men either. I gave you everything. Why did you do that? You won't even give you nothing, and you giving somebody else everything? Those measurements don't match to me. So Venus is coming here. Venus was shining bright in the sky alongside that crescent moon to show us that if we're going to exist with anything and anybody on this earth in a partnership, a relationship, teamwork, work, like everything we do involves another person. So Venus was here to remind us of self, meaning self-awareness and self-reflection, to see what it is that we really love. What do we really love? Are we doing what we love? Are we exercising love? Are we experiencing love? What is going on in the world? The frequency of love is very low. With everything that we've had going on, with these shootings, with these school shootings, with the political things, with the wars that are happening, Venus was like, hey, I came here to like check some shit on a frequency level, because it's like we have to start moving a certain type of way to get that frequency of love up, for the sake of the world, for the sake of our children, for the sake of ourselves. We can really get lost right now in these times with what's going on, but if we don't start to love ourselves, if we don't start to move and embody our sensual being and our sensual energy and our just essence and aura of us, of self, and then as a people, and then as a nation, and so forth, so forth. But I've said on so many episodes how it really starts within. So it's like I wanted to have that sensual meditation to teach people to feel what that feels like, to really be okay with you, to really love you, to really date you, to really romanticize you and everything that you want to manifest in your life, because you have the power deep in your root, deep in your sacral, deep in your genitalia. It says so because we can create life. We could grow a baby in there from a sensual encounter that is so far in our loins, that is so far embedded in our deep DNA, that we're not using that superpower. And if we are, we're not using it the right way. Y'all doing all kind of baneful ass sex magic, men and women. You know what I'm saying? That's not helping nobody, for real. Not helping yourself. Who you allow to enter into your space, who you allow to enter into your dwelling, into your heart center. That's why all of this is happening. These eclipses, like I said, we're in between two, along with this new moon energy, along with Venus being exposed to the naked eye, is having us really look at some harsh truths that we have not been wanting to look at when it comes to love, or lack thereof. So, like I said, we have a new moon in Virgo. Virgo season has been very interesting to me. I've never seen it or experienced a Virgo season like this one, with the chaos and the abrupt endings that came about. It shocked the fuck out of everybody. And I was looking for some grounding energy. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I need Leo had it hot. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, and baby, listen, it opened up a can of whoop ass. It brought drastic change, and it needed to, because there were some things that we were just gonna sit on. It was some things that we were just gonna be comfortable with, and so said, yeet, snatched it the fuck up out of the ground. So some of us are replanting and rerouting, rewiring. Cause shit. Also, though, this Virgo season to be very optimistic and positive, is bringing miracles. Virgos don't like clutter. So even though it ain't spring, it's time to declutter. Fall starts tomorrow. Autumn equinox, September 22nd. So some things need to fall off. Some things need to fall to the wayside. Some things have fallen apart. Some things haven't fell through. And you just need to honor that space. Don't try to fight that. That's happening for a reason. That's not going this way, the way you thought, for a reason. I feel like these eclipse and these astronomical events have brought major portals, major activations, major initiations to go through the rebirth that we're supposed to have. Not the one we want, but the one we're supposed to have. The experience we're supposed to have. The lessons that we're supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? Not the ones we want. We want love and light and manifestations and money and blessings and prosperity. But we've been having to go through a lot of growth, a lot of loss, a lot of death, a lot of chaos, a lot of violence. These eclipse seasons made you pick a fucking side. You hear me? Or it was supposed to. It was supposed to. If it didn't, a reminder too, during these times where things are chaotic like this, give yourself a break. Okay? Take a walk, take a bath, take a long shower, go out in nature, ground, reset as much as you need to, because the energy is thick. Okay, the energy is thick, and it's gonna be until we get into Libra season. Okay, and some of these things are about to justice, and we start to see things unfold and be fair. You know what I'm saying? Bringing all that liberty and stuff like that, and that freedom that comes with Libra season. So we might have to be going through this for a couple more weeks, or however long we got left in this Virgo season. But pack light, bag lady. Get organized, get structured, journal, drink a lot of water, try to eat really clean. I've been fasting for months, and I feel so good. I've been dropping weight, or dropping inches in my waist. I've lost a little bit of weight in my face. Like, I don't have such a, you know what I mean? So I'm very thankful for everything that's happening right now. Even though I cry my way through that shit. I cry every day. I've been crying every day. Emotions have been high. You know what I'm saying? And that area of love is just keep shooting up. And blasts from the past have blasted, honey. And I've had to set some boundaries. I've had to say, you know what? Yeah, it's okay. I release you. Go fly, butterfly. Go through your metamorphosis without me. And that's uncomfortable sometimes, especially when it's your favorite people or your favorite person. You have to realize, you know, you setting better boundaries is keeping you guys both safe spiritually. Okay? Okay. Let's get into some cards to confirm all these things that I was just talking about. Okay? Let's do it. Y'all know I don't edit these things, so I'm like my own cameraman, and we're at my workshop. We're at my workshop. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Source, for that knowledge. May it resonate with who it needs to resonate with. sacred space between me and the collective. May these cards bring us clarity and comfort during these eclipses, during the conjunctions, during the transformation of the new moon in the sign of Virgo. What messages do you have for the collective? Y'all know I like to pull from a couple of different decks. So I've shuffled them all. I just like to shuffle them again with you guys. Thank you, Source. This is my Naked Truth Soulmate Twin Flame deck. Thank you, Source. Planet Venus, thank you for shining so bright the other night. Do you have any messages for us? Goddess of love, Echo Dragon. Queens of the night, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Source. Okay. Alright. So, out of my Naked Truth deck, the truth is, stalker alert, I check up on you often. Somebody is watching. Somebody is watching. Do you hear me? Somebody cannot get you out of their head. Somebody is watching you, even if you think they ain't. They are checking up on your social media. They are riding past your house. They are asking your family members or asking the kids about what are you doing? What is it that you're doing? They're trying to act real nonchalant, like they don't care and all the things, but babe, they're watching you. Or you could be the person that's doing this as well. There's always that so below, ain't it? I'm tired of the silent treatment. I want to sit down and talk about this for once and for all. So somebody is wanting some type of forgiveness from you, or you're wanting some type of clarity. You're wanting to have a sit down talk. You're wanting to have a serious talk with someone in regards to the area of love, in regards to how you want to be loved, or the old same cycles or the old same old excuses. And you might have gone no contact with this person, but this person's like, I want to talk to you now. So this is really on you. This is really on us, what we want to do with this information, because I'm in a space of not talking and getting clarity, because I feel like people know what they did for you to want to go no contact and not speak with this person. I feel like people know exactly what the fuck they be doing. So take this how it resonates. But someone said, I'm tired of you not being accessible. Like, how dare you consider yourself and not talk to me? That's what somebody's saying. I look at my phone every day hoping I would get a message from you. Does somebody miss somebody? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Good for you. Good for you. I'm going to put a ring on it when the time is right. I hear wedding bells. I hear somebody is getting past that hurdle and wanting to take things to the next level with you. Or, yeah, they want to marry you. I don't know if someone recently is engaged or talking about engagement or marriage or building with someone. But yeah, this person misses you. This person wants to talk to fix things because potentially they messed up really bad and they're realizing during all this chaos that they don't have you there to go through this with. You know, maybe they're going through the hardest of their times as well, and maybe that's why all of this is happening. I didn't think you would walk away. This is like a love story. Are you reading this? I didn't think you would walk away. Somebody is completely shocked that you ain't fucking with them no more, or is going to be completely shocked that you're not fucking with them no more. And they're not gonna know what to do with that information. They're not gonna know what to do with that information. And I'm also hearing this is somebody that's already in a separate situation that's like, damn, I would have never been with this person if she didn't walk away. I would have never been with this person if he didn't walk away. I would have never experienced this if I was still with that person, because, you know, the decision wasn't on them, or the decision wasn't on you. They left the situation. So, you know, them leaving on their terms freed you up. And now you're in a different situation. And you can't believe that you're in this situation because that past person walked away. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I don't know what accent that was. But yeah, I can't believe it. But reflection. Venus is bringing reflection. Venus is putting a mirror in front of you and being like, deal with your shit. Ta-da. Addictions clouded my vision. I'm trying to get my life together. Addiction, I'm hearing money. I'm heard gambling. I did not hear drugs, or it could be drug related. It could be somebody in the streets. That could be type of person that you're into, like street dudes, like hood dudes. But gambling. Someone has terrible spending habits. So you can't really see yourself tying your finances with them because of that situation. That's what I heard. I'm just saying what I heard. There's nothing more to go with that. So what other messages do you have for the collective release? Eclipse season, September 21st on the new moon. What messages do you have for the collective? Love, romance, kindness, compassion, self-love, self-desire, manifestations, healing the heart center, any trauma, emotional attachments. Ooh. All right. So this is out of my Magical Unicorns deck. And the number 2 came out here, which represents partnership, which represents 2 energies or a conjunction, a teamwork, togetherness, unity, right? Find clarity and surrender your ego. I was just talking about ego last night in my group chat and how ego and pride will trick you out of certain things, out of certain opportunities, out of certain jobs, just outside of you, outside of yourself. And it says pure intentions. What are your intentions when you think of partnership, when you think of love, when you think of sex, when you think about marriage, when you think about unity? What are your intentions going into a situation with a person? This is a self conversation about finding clarity within yourself. What do you want, so you're not gaslighting people in relationships or situationships, or you're not the one that's being gaslit. Like making sure you're having clear, open dialogue about what it is you want, and have that conversation with yourself, and then being open and honest and having that conversation with other people. Because sometimes we think we're being harmless, you know, it's just a part of the things, and it's just the way it is. But it's like, surrender that ego. Honestly, have a conversation with yourself and be like, okay, now, like, be for real. What does this actually look like? What does this actually feel like? Okay? Considering other fucking factors and other people. Anyways. Number 42 is coming out here. Also, could be someone born in the month of February or an Aquarius. This could be a message for you about pure intentions and paying attention to people's intentions when it comes to you. Okay? Someone born on the 2nd. Okay? Someone could be 22 or seeing 222 a lot. Oh no. Okay, that just went off. It's okay. My ring light just died. That was confirmation. Light to darkness. Okay, did you catch that? 42 came out here with this card, and it's oneness. Okay, as you can see in this card, it looks like a web, or like that depiction of the internet, or like the World Wide Web, and like all these different rays and webs of light happening. And it shows how everything is connected. Everything that we got going on in the world, everything that we have going on in different parts of the world, on different spectrums of the world, if you will. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And it's saying, look for the common humanity and invoke Lemurian light. So Lemurian light, that phrase comes from the cosmos. It comes from up above. When you talk about Lemuria is a star, and that on that planet, on that star, is supposed to be this race of people, the Lemurians. And I'm going to read the card so you can get a better description. But these people are pure white light, okay? I like to think of them as angels. Like angel cosmic beings. Hold on, let me get my guidebook. That's how I think of them when I think about them. And there's also stones, crystals, that are connected to the Lemurians. I'm going to read that card for you. Again, it's coming out here with the number 42. Someone could be born in June or Gemini, or on the 6th day. Or you could be 42 years old, or someone that was a spirit guide or an ancestor or angel that transitioned when they were 42 years old. So it says, this card is a reminder that we are all part of the divine. In essence, we are one huge entity. Source is an ocean of love, and we're all droplets of it. Each droplet, even when it is a journey of individual experiences, remain part of the ocean and seeks ways to return to it. When you choose this card, your unicorn guidance is to look for the common humanity in everyone. Our breath is our connection to source, and all humans and animals breathe. Our hearts all beat, and we are all born vulnerable. We all look for love and happiness, whether rich or poor, boss or worker, healthy or sick. We are all source energy seeking to learn. Whatever religion, race, or culture we are experiencing, we are all droplets on our way back to the ocean of love. Hold this in your heart and be compassionate to all. Seek the divine thread that connects us all. Reach out to someone today. A smile, a word, any form of connection with a stranger strengthens the bonds. When you have linked with unicorns, they are working through you. The energy of love is even stronger. This accelerates your own journey back to source. Lemurians were a high-frequency force that spread love, light, and healing wherever it was needed. They worked closely with the unicorns and absolutely understood oneness. Ask Lemurian and unicorn energy to touch your heart with oneness and see humans worldwide holding hands. Okay? So it's saying I'm one with everyone. So that's been a hard topic and a hard thing to conceptualize with everything that's going on with the ongoing race war that's happening in America. That's happening all over the world. You know what I'm saying? When there are things that are happening to our people, it's hard to identify with oneness. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to identify with showing love with a people, a body of people has shown us nothing but hate since the beginning of time. So I feel like this card is out here to remind us, yes, of the oneness, but also reminding us the oneness of our own people. Our own people. Yeah, I'm saying that. I'm saying that because it's like sometimes when a lot of these tragedies happen, a lot of my community of people like to go with what's popular, what's in. They all want to grieve and speak out the same without having a real conversation with what our connection to the divine looks like and how we've been treated and how our togetherness and our oneness needs to look different within the Black community. I'm definitely saying that. That is not to negate from any other body of people or indigenous groups of people, but it's just to stand on business when it comes to ours, unapologetically, through and through. Because both can be truth. This card speaks of duality. I'm a hoop and holler about Black people to the end of time, but that doesn't mean I hate all white people or I hate different parts of, you know what I'm saying? We live in a space where both can be true, Both can be truth. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to speak out. I'm going to share truths about what's happening to my people, because I'm not seeing a lot of oneness. I'm not seeing a lot of love. I'm not seeing a lot of light when it comes to black people, when it comes to black women, when it comes to black men, when it comes to black children. I'm going to always stand on togetherness when it comes to that first. Because too many times my race of people have been put on the forefront to make sure we turn the other cheek and do this while we are being eradicated, while we are being unalive, while we are being sexually assaulted, while we are being demonized. Where's the oneness in that? So Source is having us focus on what that's looking like in our world, how that affects our children, how that affects us. Because we're not seeing oneness within the world. We have never seen oneness within the world in this lifetime or other lifetimes. There has always been prejudice. There has always been racism. There has always been discrimination. But Source wants us to understand and wake up to what's really going on with this spiritual warfare and what these divine links and encounters look like. Okay? Alright. Shift is happening. It's inevitable. And we have some things to sit with during this time. We have to be able to sit with self. We have to start to love on ourselves and the people that love us, to shift the frequency in the world in the area of love and oneness. So we all have individual work to do. That looks like an individual journey, because it is, but this is the plan. The real link up. Thank you for watching this episode of Setting the Atmosphere, the podcast. I really appreciate you. I hope that flowed. It just downloaded right out of me just the way it was. Sending you guys so much love, light, and gratitude. Sending oneness and togetherness to my people, especially my people. And I will see you next time.